In the past year, Vietnam has joined 3 trade agreements to open an unprecedentedly large market, bringing the total number of free trade agreements that Vietnam participates in up to 15. With this agreement, Vietnam is growing day by day, strengthening our position in the international field, all the while bringing Vietnam and the rest of the world closer together. Vietnam as an individual country has achieved great, comprehensive and historically significant accomplishments, changing people's lives in all aspects. But it is our collective knowledge through integration that has made us so successful. No individual country could overcome the pandemic on their own, nor manufacture enough affordable vaccines for the people. But together, we will be able to do all of that and much, much more. Because of COVID-19, the amount of products are spare, which highly require more people to come together to provide for the community than ever before. Like last night, I was eating some broccoli and I started to think about the number of individual humans who had contributed to that stock of broccoli. The people who grew and harvested the broccoli, the people who transported it, the people who stocked the broccoli at my local grocery store, and the people whose tinkering and use of agricultural science has over the century dramatically increased the yield of broccoli, and so on. There's a similar story behind everything we consume. The electricity we use, the books we read, the medicine we take, all of it is deeply dependent upon human integration, us working together. The word together comes from the verb together, and for me at least, one of the many surreal and terrifying facets of the COVID-19 pandemic is that suddenly many of us are unable to gather. It changed our communities, so children are no longer in school, businesses are closed, streets are empty, public gatherings are banned, traveling is limited, and physical distancing is imposed. For some, all of this means seeing loved ones is impossible. Although the global pandemic has had devastating effects on national integrations, there's a less familiar yet more positive story about COVID-19. The youth have put aside their difficulty, hardship and danger to enthusiastically volunteer on the front lines against the epidemic with orders from the heart. The crisis has brought out a breakthrough among the youth. This is further prepare our country for international integration in the future. With great challenges come great opportunities, and it is our mission and the youth of our nation to seize the opportunity to save our country. We've found ways to stay together and remain integrated while also being isolated. Youth organizations such as Vietnam Youth Union and Vietnam Student Association organize propagation and mobile guidance so that the people can be on high alert but not panicking or worrying. Young volunteers serve as hospital and isolation area, taking care of food and water supply daily, transporting essential goods for patients. Military soldiers, officers and policemen participate in 24/7 traffic controlling checkpoints, manage people traveling in the city to ensure security and order for epidemic control and prevention. Young intellectual research and manufacture standard hand sanitizers, disinfection chambers, drugs ATM, and even propose wedding to meet the requirement of limiting public gathering to prevent epidemic. With the spirit of fight the disease like it's an enemy, from Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính, it's the sacred duty of the youth to carry out the most practical task to take our country through this hard time. I believe that the only way through is together. So let us find ways to work with and for one another, and to serve and help one another, especially the most vulnerable among us. To continue to perform our duty, the armed forces of Ho Chi Minh City in general and myself, a young officers of Vietnamese People Army specifically, determined to continue to follow deeply the directive and resolution about the prevention and control of COVID-19 epidemic, organizing implementation and ensuring harmony between national defense and socio-economic development through international integration, in which epidemic prevention and control is the #1 priority, contributing to the party committee, government and the people to bring peace and happiness to the heroic city named after Uncle Ho. Let us make it out of this pandemic the only way we can, together. I'm Second Lieutenant Nguyễn Lâm Ngọc Hậu from Ho Chi Minh City Command. Thank you for listening.
Chiến sĩ một tư lệnh thành phố sát cánh bên nhau với thiên